And then he came home, told me that he got jumped, and was trying to protect the identity of the person who assaulted him.
A Eugene mom speaking out tonight about the abuse her autistic son experienced at the hands of another student. It's an emotional and disturbing story about a growing trend of violence among teens across the country. In an exclusive interview, Jodi Unruh sat down with the teen and his mother to learn more about the incident that also included racial slurs from his alleged perpetrator and other teens, all of it caught on camera. We want to warn you that you may find some of this video disturbing.
And when I walked in there is when I saw his face caved in. And it was just panic.
Jennifer Sherman describes the moment she first saw her 15-year-old son, Julian Andrew, after she says he was brutally beaten by another teen. At the time, both kids were attending Willamette High School. Andrew, who has high-functioning autism, is now recovering at home after undergoing reconstructive face surgery that required 3 different metal plates in his face.
So they put a plate here. Right underneath his eye was caved in, and so they had to put a plate here.
Andrew says he didn't know the teen who beat him up, but he had approached him one other time, falsely accusing him of starting rumors about his mom. Andrew says the teen confronted him again on February 27th, just a block from his home, saying he wanted to fight him. Andrew then struck a deal with him, hoping he would leave him alone.
What did he say to you after
that? He said to me that I was talking bad about his mom, apparently, and that I kind of told him I'll go 30 seconds to kind of just beat me up, and that's about it.
But you never met him?
In the video, you can see Andrew quickly shaking hands with the teen. Seconds before the teen delivers powerful punches. Andrew never hits back. He just tries to protect himself from the blows.
My son's never been in a fight before. He doesn't know how to fight.
The video then shows the teen throwing Andrew to the ground as the teen and others repeatedly call Andrew the N-word, a racial slur that Andrew's mom says hits deep.
When I see that my child is being beat with that type of verbiage, it makes me feel like he's just unsafe.
And Sherman says that these fights, the bullying and the racial slurs, it appears to be an ongoing thing with students. She says many of the fights happen right here at this McDonald's just down the street from the school. And we found a social media site that shows many of those fights. Scrolling through the Instagram account created by students at Willamette High School, you can see multiple videos of fights on and off campus. When the Chief Lane County District Attorney, Christopher Peroso, was asked about this incident with Andrew, he had strong words.
It's horrific. It's horrific, and it's a testament to the rise in juvenile violence that we're seeing not only in this community, but around the state and around the country right now. We're seeing videos like this all over the place in social media.
Perosa says the teen accused of assaulting Andrew faces multiple charges, including assault 2, a Class B felony, along with coercion and disorderly conduct. When asked whether the defendant would be charged with a hate crime because of the use of the N-word and Andrew's disability, Perosa says,
we are certainly looking into the motivation aspect of this in this case, but we at this point don't feel we have the evidence to be able to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt, which is our requisite standard under Oregon law and under the U.S.'s law.
This child is not the first child to experience racism and not the last child to experience racism in our community.
The first chair of the Oregon Commission on Black Affairs and former child therapist, Dr. Johnny Lake, says racism is still rampant in society and our community. He says this latest incident should be prosecuted as a hate crime.
For this young man to be attacked because of his race, I think also his disability has to be considered as well as a characteristic that draws, I think, discrimination and prejudice from some people.
Now working as an educator to train leaders in universities, schools, and other institutions on issues that include cultural change, equity, racism, and leadership. He says community-wide education and honest conversations with all children are crucial steps in helping to stop the institutional nature of racism.
So where are these children learning these attitudes and these behaviors? That's, I think, where the root of the problem is. And education is one of those places where these issues have shown up historically. The civil rights movement was centered around education institutions.
Meanwhile, Sherman knows it will be a long road of healing ahead for her son, not only physically, but emotionally. She says she hasn't received an apology yet from the other family, but she hopes this horrific incident will be a wake-up call to the community that this type of violence, discrimination, and use of the N-word is unacceptable.
I just don't want my son to think that people out there or don't care for him or don't like him because of the color of his skin.
In Eugene, I'm Jodi Unruh.
The Bethel School District declined an on-camera interview, but says they are working closely with the families involved and have a number of protocols in place to handle these types of disciplinary issues and to help kids feel protected and safe.
Sherman says once her son heals, he will attend a local charter school instead of Willamette High. A GoFundMe account has been set up for Julian Andrew to help the family with his ongoing medical costs. You can find that link on our website.